Welcome to the show. All things Bulldogs. Here we go, here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Blue and white pride. Bulldogs for life. Dogfather here. GAS by my side. Welcome to the show. All things Bulldogs. Here we go, here we go. Hey. Here we go. Hey.
G'day, Doggies fans, all things Bulldogs. Episode 34. Titans this Friday. Guess every day. Guess on. How are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. How you doing?
Good. I'm wondering where all this noise is coming from. Must be my phone. Sorry we're a bit late, guys. Just had to take on some extra work this week. Running one of my sponsors' businesses. So there you go. Who's on the chat, GAS? Who is there?
Okay. So we got Mike Cool. Welcome, mate. Hope you're doing well. Sorry to keep you guys all waiting. Snopsy 4025, Old Fella Dave, Sayed Ajmal, welcome. Cameron Ciro. We've got Cameron Ciro on there. Welcome, Cameron Ciro. Arciditis 92 and Aki, g'day, mate. So yes, guys, better late than never, and it's the best podcasts are the ones worth waiting for, guys.
That's
so
right,
apologies
guys.
if any of you had to suffer through anything else out there today before you came on here, but welcome.
Oh, g'day, Disrupted. Haven't seen you for a while. Brian, legend.
G'day,
Brian
Brian.
just got himself the new jersey.
Hey.
Gone and bought it.
On you, Brian.
I know James is watching.
There is a promotion the Bulldogs are doing as well, guys, for the next 3 home games. You'd get the membership and they're giving you a free 2026 jersey. So you do a 3-game membership and a bonus free Bulldog jersey. It's a great offer. And it's only about $160 or something dollars, guys. That's basically the cost of the jersey, and you get 3 games. So g'day, James, all the way from Ipswich, and Harry. G'day, Harry.
So James is getting when's the operation, James, on the shoulder, mate? You all good? You coming to the Titans or what? I'll come pick you up, mate.
Just bring the drip with you, mate. You'll be right.
Isn't it good? You got the kennel, all things delusional, all things negative, all things fucking ridiculous. Yeah, I was watching them. Don't you worry. And guess what? We're going to remain positive. Look, I'll start it right off the top. Critter at 6. Don't like it. Critter at fullback. Don't like it. Critter named captain. Didn't like it. Critter coming to the club. Didn't like it. Guess what? It was a lot shitter before he got here. I'll tell you that right now. So if we're all sitting there, all this shit that's been plastered around that they were talking about tonight, all these emails and this stuff about Critter, it's got to stop. Shows how many people are fathers here. And we go and we think that's acceptable to talk about people like that as hearsay. Fuck that. If you're teaching your kids that that's all right just because it's footy banter and Hollywood, you're a fuckwit. And you can fuck off. And that's what I'll say. That's my message to those people who know I don't like Critter at 6. But guess what? He played with poise. He played to a style. He didn't run the ball. Now, I'll tell you something now. He's not going to run the ball much. They're protecting his shoulder, right? You can control more with your defense than you can when you're being attacked. And we saw what Manly's grubby tactics were. Did you see him sitting there grinding with Jacob Preston's calf? You know, that's what it's legalized violence. It's a tough game, and these guys are gladiators, and they don't deserve to be talked about like they're prima fucking donnas that are out there trying to get their own way at the expense of everything else. That they don't care about, you know, that all they care about is Penrith and all this sort of bullshit, just for clicks. So you guys go, yeah. No, don't put up with that shit. Fucking hell, mate. Are we going to sit there and have our fucking kids act like us? They see us on these messages. That's baby fucking banter, man. You want to have real banter? Go have it with their face. Oh, Critter, you're in there. You're a prima donna, mate. You're not a real bulldog. Fucking bullshit. If you go get a grade 5 fucking AC tear and then go and play, you fuckwit. I can tell you now, that's absolute bullshit. And even if it was true, the fact you would spread that shit about another man makes you a fucking piece of shit. I've had enough. And the club's going to see that whole fucking interaction. People who think they're bigger than the club. Look, the club isn't just the managers. I know that. It's not just the administration. It's not the coach. It's not the players even. It's all of us. We are all the club. But I'm not going to fucking take that shit. I don't care. You're going to sit there and talk like that? You can, no. No chances. Fucking sitting there conducting a place where that's acceptable. Yeah. Acceptable behavior. Making all these accusations against my club and the players who are putting it on the line. I don't give a fuck if they're paid $1 million. There's NBA athletes getting paid $200 million who don't work as hard. I'm telling you that right now because they've got talent. Good on them. I love the NBA, mate. I've had enough. Think you're all tough out there hanging shit on people? No. Just because they're paid money, because their kids are paid more money than yours? Fuck you. Yeah, go to the game and they disappoint you. Fucking yell at them. Tell them to pull their finger out their ass. Talk about it on the fucking work site. Whatever. Say what you think. But to go out there and to be sitting there making accusations to the applause of fucking small-minded people, no, it's disgraceful. No, why would people want to come and play for the fucking Bulldogs with fans like that on podcasts to the applause of their little, of who knows more, who was more right this week? Well, I'll tell you who was right this week. It was GAS. GAS said that Cherry would be dropped and that Tuala would go to centre because we all agree Tuala's been our best. And Jethro's there for a reason and would come in. I put the post out. AJ's going to play. Once I knew he wasn't, excluded straight up, I knew he was playing. Why? Because he needed that 11 minutes or 14 minutes. He needed it. Imagine if he didn't have 5 weeks of suspension this year, how much more ahead he would be. Anyway, Gas, sorry. I'm available to entertain at birthday parties and stuff if anyone wants to book me. Kids' parties especially. I'm hilarious.
Guys, I agree with Michael's sentiment, but I won't be using expletives. For me,
Sorry,
it's just... No, it's okay. That's for me, guys. If you're in a position, where you've got a responsibility and you put yourself, in these places where, like we are now, it's one thing is to entertain and to be informative. Another thing is to ridicule, and be degrading. There's a balance. There's a fine line, and for Michael to react this way, guys, you've obviously crossed the line in a big way. Now, whether you go back and watch this over yourselves, have a good look at yourselves, because that's pretty embarrassing the way that you guys are carrying on. It's pretty disrespectful to the club, and I honestly hope the club does look at what you've done, because any support that they've given you in the past, I hope they pull that back, because it's you're not true supporters if you carry on this way. But for everyone who's here tonight, welcome. There's a reason why everyone's been giving us the nickname All Things Positive. It's because what we do, guys, and guys and girls, and what we do is to give you genuine information, and everything that we talk about is not just to pump you up and make you feel better, but it's about giving you information to allow you to make a decision that will show you what is actually happening at the club, whether it's good or bad, but without putting anyone down or without getting into anyone personally. It's about discussing the club. So when we talk about players being out of form, that's okay, but we're not putting someone down or being downgrading. But all the information we give you, everything that we tell you, we've got a lot of information that we receive ourselves. Between Michael and myself, we get information, and we choose when and what to use, guys, on here. But we know certain things, and we assist you to basically help you fill in some gaps, because there's a lot of misinformation in the media, online, everywhere else. So all we try to do is say, guys, this is the right way. This is how it actually is. This is what the truth is from what we know. And then you go and make your own decision from there, and believe what you want to believe. And I'm very sure now, over the last few months, all the people I've been meeting at the games, and yourselves, everyone I've been seeing that's coming over and says hello, I know it's working, guys. And I know you guys keep coming back, and you're voting with your feet, and you're being very generous in your donations and everything else. I don't think you would do that if you were just there to have fun. I think you're there because you genuinely believe what we're doing is right, and I applaud you all for coming back. But also I know that myself and what Michael does, we get so much time, so much effort, so much energy into making sure that we're giving you everything that we can to make you see that as a supporter of our amazing club, we're doing the best we can. week in, week out, as players, as coaching staff, as supporters, as employment, as administration, everyone from top down, they're doing the best they can to give us the best result they can. It doesn't mean that we're going to win every week, no. But it means that we're going to give it a best shot, and we're not going to stop believing, guys. We're not going to stop believing. We never tell you, we're going to never sit here and tell you that we're going to lose. We'll always tell you how we think we're going to win, guys. That's how we operate. So thank you for sticking around, guys. And feel free to throw your comments and support and likes, etc. And we'll tick off and start going through everything for you guys now. Thank you.
And look, I know when Harry said all things positive, it was actually a bit of banter, a bit of a mock, but we wear it with pride. Okay. And look, supporting, I watch all the podcasts to support them, all of them. All right. I subscribe to all of them. But I'm telling you, look, it's good to get multiple perspectives. But if we get to a point where we're sitting there and acting like that, someone make sure you bring us into line. I know we won't anyway. You know, it's just ridiculous. I cannot believe it. After
we'll call
a
each
win,
other out, guys. We'll call each other out if there's anything wrong before it comes from someone else.
After it, look, I think part of it is if we lose that point, if we lose that game by a point, that banter would have been just the same. Even though all those people said Manly were going to do this and that to us and didn't. Yeah, it didn't look good at the start. I got 100 messages saying, sack the coach, do this, do that. Okay. They're not playing for the coach. Harry Hayes obviously is. Jethro obviously is. You know, you see Birdo, the body. What's the body language of Birdo when he's on the ground with Critter? They got their handshakes, eye contact, locked in. Let's fucking do this. That's all I need. That's all I need. Birdo didn't go, oh, I want to play on the right edge. Oh no, I'm 5'8" or I'm leaving. All right, give me the ball. I'm going to run it. You know, want me to kick it? That's good. My legs will get a break. I'll put some big ones up later. Part of this change is the injury, but it's also what they've said. Birdo's, and look, if Birdo's not the best centre in our club, he's the second best centre. I would suggest he's the best 5'8" still. But whatever works, whatever gets us the 2 points, I don't care. But I do believe that we saw Galvin playing. Look, he's been playing heads up anyway. He plays like a 6 and a 7 anyway. He's trying to do all the 7 stuff. Our good man Harry does little videos when he's frustrated about when a halfback doesn't execute, they're apparently not a halfback. Well, not all. Cleary didn't execute against us. How many passes did he throw to the ground? How many wrong options did he take when we beat them? Numerous, actually. But he's the greatest halfback in the world. And I'd agree. Look, I just think we just fucking chill, bro. And I know I'm not acting chilled right now because it pissed me off. I just didn't expect just the ego of it all. To the applause of great people, some of whom are watching us right now. But as I said, guys, we love the support. And it's good to get multiple perspectives. But the balanced perspective is not what you're getting anywhere. And devil's advocacy is good, but that goes both ways. Right? So, look, I think we're going to talk a lot about the predicted side this week. Does Preston play? That's going to be a big question. We'll get our gut feels on that. We don't know. I've put the feelers out. I'm not going to know. I will not be finding out. Will Logan Spinks play? Well, I think Salmon's probably not going back into that ball playing role anytime soon. That was abandoned last week against Manly, and it's going to take time to adjust to that. But what I've always said is that where we'd potentially fall down this year is that they're going to want to utilise their halves like good teams utilise their halves, and they couldn't get Sexton to do that. He wasn't trusted to do that, right? You go and watch his games, he was the ultimate salmon that could kick, basically, right? He was getting the ball off second receiver a lot, rarely went to the other side of the field. Was encouraged to do so, and just didn't have the same trust either. You know, the thing was, they'd go to Burton when they probably should have went to, like Reed used to do it all the time, ignore Toby. To the point where then sometimes he didn't get involved and whatever else. The point I'm trying to make is that we haven't had a proper halfback since Shifty Sherwin, in my opinion, in one that just plays like a halfback that just fires shots non-stop. Burton's probably been, with his kicking game, has been the closest thing we've had to a halfback since Shifty. I know Trent Hodgkinson was there. I used to like Trent sometimes running. He made quite a lot of line breaks, Trent, for someone who wasn't that fast, especially on the right edge. But his knee injuries later on, and his kicking game was really solid. He was definitely a halfback, but we played a style where the forwards were first receiver the whole time he was there. So as far as genuine halfback play, where it's like Cleary, I know Isaiah Yo's been there, but you'll notice that Yo's not doing that as much as he was. And that sort of started a couple of years ago under Madge Maguire in Origin. So, yeah, there's this evolution away from that ball-playing lock and that system that we've used where anyone would step into it. You'd see Marnie would do it. He'd step up and engage the defence and try and provide space for the outside for the halfbacks. But now we're seeing it go to the halfbacks more often. Now, Critter had 65 touches on the weekend. I've always believed if Birdo had 65 touches every game and could do the fair share of the kicking, we'd win most games. I've always said that too. So, and you could see when his possessions go up, we do well off the back of it. Do I think they'll stay with this long term? Well, couple of bad losses and they'll change it. But I think right now it's just about steadying the ship a little bit. And playing beside each other, they're able to interchange and take over whenever they want as well. So if it becomes too much for Critter, who hasn't really been able to do any contact work with his shoulder for weeks, he did some pretty good stuff against Hamali Olakawatu on the weekend, who had a very good game, mind you. I felt the Manly had some, like, we can put shit on Manly for not playing well. I feel that they had some terrible moments with the ball where their passes were shit. But they have that magic play with that 40-20, that Tommy Turbo when he took the ball on the one-on-one strip. You know, when we started making those line breaks. Lots of desperate stuff from them as well. Someone tried to tell me it was a boring game. I didn't find any of that game to be boring at all. My guts, I literally, developed some stomach muscles out of that game. Just being so tense. But guys, Critter's there. They could swap back at any time. It's good that we've got that versatility. I wouldn't make that change, but they've made it. Just like I would have kept Jake Averillo, guys. And I would have been playing Jake Averillo at fullback years ago. But I've got this sneaky suspicion that if we had, we'd never have played a final series. No matter how good he is. and how fast he was and how much I liked him. But, you know, Critter's proven a lot of people wrong. But it's quite funny how the first sign of things taking a dip after they've had a peak off a really low base, the trend line over that Serrato's time period is still up, guys. So if you've taken your investment in that share market, and this is what I've always said about Phil Gould, when he buys the shares, when he invests, your shares are usually way underperforming. He's going to get you to a point where you've made a profit over a period of time, and to a point where you can become so strong that then you can just start dominating the market. And that's what's happened with Penrith. And everywhere he sort of involved himself, that's what's happened. The Roosters struggled for basically a decade until he come along. Penrith hadn't done much at all. They were starting to build, though, I will say that. And getting him across as a young coach who just won a premiership as a stand-in coach who was never sacked from the Bulldogs, was always leaving to go to Penrith, and stayed as a favour and wanted to help win us a premiership with a pretty good side and a very experienced, cohesive side with some nice. I always remember Tony Curry had an amazing year in '88. But the point I'm saying is you get a lift on your investment from Phil Gould. We've got it since Serrato started. We're on an upward trend. But as soon as we take some dips, what happens? Oh,
the knives are out.
The knives are out. The prima donna. Critter this, critter that. No. I'm not saying he's flawless. You know, he probably wouldn't talk to me if I walked past him in the street in another country. He'd probably ignore me, you know. I don't know what he's like behind closed doors. I don't care. He's not my friend. I'm not his friend. But he's a warrior and a gladiator in an elite sport for our club and our colours and for our legacy. And fucking hell, he has not shown me anything but toughness and desire. Right? And you hear it's quite funny when I listen to the Kennel, actually, and they talk about how Critters hardly ran the ball and all this sort of shit. Like his meterage stats this year were way above last year. Why? Because they were keeping him fresh. And then what happens? They activate him and we go bang, bang, bang. They did the same with Averillo in 2023. Kept him fresh. The other guy did all the work. When the other guy starts getting beaten up, then they bring the other centre in and do a bit more work. A lot of clubs do it that way. And sometimes it just works that way based on the game plan of the opposition. But people, they think that the left centre should run to the right centre all the time and take all the hit-ups every week. I think fantasy football's made a lot of people very overly invested. Overly invested, so that they in players and stuff, and they carry on when they don't get their stats. All things positive. G'day. So who's Cameron Ciro? Is that a new account? I'd say it would be. Someone's
new. Yeah, I haven't seen it before.
We got a new member, Snopsy.
G'day,
Thank you so much, brother. Thanks for joining. What's happening?
Let's take it from the top, mate. So, Mike, all things Bulldogs, yeah, mate, singing the song along. Thanks, buddy. Who else predicted Critter to 6? G'day, old fella Dave. Welcome, mate. Yes, buddy. G'day, Sayed. Welcome. Bulldogs Mike. How you going? Okay. Sayed, he played more like a 7, which allowed Galvin to comfortably do his thing. Yeah, and,
I reckon so too.
And we spoke about that on the review on Sunday night as well. Straight away, we looked at the way he played, and it was like straight away we're saying he's played more like a 7. Mr. Serraldo, welcome, buddy. Glad you're here listening. Maybe he was here last week. That's how he knew what we said. Hope everyone is having a good evening. Yes. Aristides, hopefully positive, but not fairyland. Aki.
What's that mean?
Who knows, mate? Yes, singing a song. Brian, Harry, Jamie, yep. 6-7.
6-7.
Haven't watched the Kennel podcast in years and checked it out. Not going to lie, very negative. Almost probably a great bloke, but he thinks we are going to lose most of our games.
Oh no, we win a few, and he's like, "How can we be beaten?"
No, probably got lucky if we win, guys. That's maybe, who knows. Zachary, they called me for the 3-game membership. I done a family of 4 and 2 adults. They said I will get 6 jerseys. I paid and haven't seen an email or link. Just check your junk email as well, just in case it's been done. Otherwise,
Just
more
give
than
them a ring.
likely, more likely they'll be processing it. Otherwise, give the guys at the Bulldogs a call on the
Team store.
No, not even the team store. That'll be done from the club. That would have been the membership group calling up, doing that, not the team store. So,
but don't do they fulfill all orders from the
yeah,
team store though?
he's talking about seeing anything in regards to probably the communication that he's done and paid for. So just check your junk first. If there's nothing in the spam or etc., give him a call tomorrow on the club number. The guys that would have called you, call that number back. They'll usually answer, and then have a chat to them there. James, on Thursday, dislocated shoulder, torn his rotator cuff, and snapped the tendons. Can't use his arm at all. Hopefully the surgery goes well, mate.
I hope you do, mate. Just to give you an understanding, Sam Hughes last year had a grade 2 shoulder AC that went to a grade 3, and he tore, I think, 50% of his cuff. It was literally hanging. They needled him up, and it missed, and he didn't tell anyone. This was against the Storm, the game we lost by 6 points, 20-14. Yeah, and he played in that immense pain. Could you imagine that? You can't move your arm when you've torn your rotator cuff. Could you imagine that? A player doing that? Because I've done my rotator, and I'll tell you now, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. So I'm thinking of you, mate. If there's anything I can do on all things positive to make you feel good.
So at least you've got to overnight, you sleep it off, mate. Friday, Michael's expecting to see you at Seabus, mate. No excuses.
That's it. Don't be a pussy, bro. Got to get you out of shirt as well, my friend.
Tell them, King. That's probably when you were telling them.
Telling people how they should act in front of their children.
Yeah, what was said.
Well, I swore my head off, by the
way. Even if we lose every game for this year, the shit they carry on with is unacceptable. Yes, Brian, I agree. Hey, boys, I was at a wake, saw Mr. Curry, our former chairman there, amongst others.
G'day, Tony, mate. Yeah. Condolences, mate. My son's ringing me from the Navy.
Lawrence Antoine, you're a legend, mate. Well said. Everyone's great to tear down as they are some big winners. Only cowards talk crap about their own.
That's it.
Well said. Yes, Brian, you're right. I did myself the disservice of listening to the Kennel podcast, and I honestly lost all my brain cells. If I'm the club, I'd make an example of people who talk shit about the club and players.
Oh, look.
Lucas Logos.
Some people just don't know better, but
NRL 3C didn't disappoint. We got criticised for beating Manly, yet there's crickets regarding Raiders being near the bottom and Broncos being on a losing streak. Yes.
I've actually got something for you to listen to, actually, which I'll play later on, from Matty Nable AI, which will be good. It only goes for about 3 minutes. I think you'll enjoy. And for those who listen to the podcast, they wouldn't know any different.
Birdo's reaction versus Cherries was chalk and cheese. Good to see from Birdo. Birdo's the ultimate team player, guys. He does whatever he needs to do to help the team, and he's always said that, and he generally believes it.
Why do you think
Most
he
of it, yep,
bangs the drum?
that's it. Most of us know the effort we put in. Brian knows we do. This is the only YouTube channel I've joined as a member. Thanks, Brian.
Thank
G'day,
you so
David.
much, Brian.
Hope you're
G'day,
feeling better,
David.
buddy.
Hope your back's better, mate, and you're out of hospital.
Steam coming out of Mick's ears while telling people to chill. Love it.
That's it, bro.
And there's another halfback that you probably didn't mention, Kamali.
Oh yeah, Kamali we got for one year. Yeah, definitely played like a halfback.
Yep. I prefer a game like that rather than a 50-point winning game for entertainment, but I'll take us winning by a few 50s any day.
Oh,
yeah, Brian,
please.
just for the heart, mate. Just for the heart. We wouldn't mind giving our bodies and our conscious a little bit of a rest during a game, and know that we don't have to keep winning games twice every single time.
But isn't it? But even Manly last year when we won by 40, I felt like I was on edge the whole game.
Yeah.
I think the last fun game was I think it was Parramatta in 2022. After we looked in trouble, and then Averillo got that intercept and went under the post, and Birdo stopped Moses scoring at the end. That was a good fun day. But
you can
I haven't had much fun watching these tight wins. As
Michael,
far as
you can take the next two, mate.
I think Critter needs to take a step back. He's overwhelmed. Go away and fix his shot. What's he overwhelmed with?
I'll read the next one. Hang on. I'll put the next one. Sounds like you've just come from the kennel, mate. Talk like that.
He was there, wasn't he? Don't know. Too scared of Elmo. I am too, mate. Don't you worry. Scared of Harry too. He's about 7'8". Screams like a motherfucker. But
I think if James wants to comment, mate, he has to throw a few dollars, mate. That's it. I'm not giving him any
throw
time.
some dollars. But I will say this, though, James. What gives you that impression when he kicked the winning field goal, or when he nailed the 2 conversions? What about Fogarty missed all his goals? Does that make it a bad win because they got 3 tries to 2? The team that was supposed to flog us.
He doesn't have a very good record kicking, winning goals, etc. Fogarty is a great player.
2 from
7.
9.
Yeah, but not a very good sort of closer of a game under that sort of pressure at the end. So, yeah.
He steps up but misses. Yeah.
Zachary, well said there, mate. James, you obviously have been listening to the kennel so much, you should probably stay over there with those stupid comments.
Look, James has been coming here giving his opinion for many years, but he needs to pay for it from now on.
Okay. There you go, mate. They're probably talking about Cameron Hill was just in the kennel. They thought it was Mike with a burner account, mate. Can you stop setting up burner accounts, Mike? How can you criticize someone who tries to put the team on his back every week, plays injured? Seriously. Yeah, mate. Look, people don't understand that. People just think that someone who's injured shouldn't be playing. Then rugby league would stop. The NRL would stop. There's not enough depth to cover him.
I would have rested him against the Eels and then given him until probably after the Titans game. Like, that's what I would have done. Just as a casual fan. That's what I would have done. But when Carraz is under the pump and Tracy's been injured and Montoya's knee's done and Sewer was struggling with confidence and Kay Dykes, his hamstring's gone. Lots of injuries in our team. Tay Cochran hasn't been able to play. It's just started to come back.
Mitch Woods could have been a whole different season if he was playing from the off season, the whole season. All of this, what we're talking about now with 6 and 7, could have all been different.
And Alex Conti would have been playing flag.
Yep, exactly.
If Woods was fit, or maybe him and Woods would have been 6 and 7, 6-7.
And you can see that with the way Anasta talks about the Bulldogs. Everything he does is circling around Conti without saying Conti. That's all he does. That's all he does. It's.
I'd sign Conti.
Yeah. Boys, where do we think the points will come from this week? 2 tries won't do the trick against the Titans.
Why not?
I actually feel like we're not far away from from putting on a lot of points, guys. Like the most, we've done some good points, when we have to this year, like 32 against Penrith. But I feel like we're not far away. I feel like things are really like the way that they're sort of attacking and offloading and running, onto stuff and doing the support plays improved from out of sight. Everyone's hitting hard. I feel like we're not far away from really blowing teams away. So I'm hoping it's going to come slowly. I don't want it to happen straight away. I'm hoping that we keep building and winning into the back end of the season and then fire up as the season finishes when we're in the 8 and do what we did in 95. That's what I'm hoping for, guys. Something like that. So just be patient. It's coming. We've had to change our whole structure and game based on the way that the season's eventuated. So even Gus said it on that podcast, some things that we planned for, some things that we didn't, with the injuries, etc. So they've had to sit there and go, okay, we have to change. Like he said, for the last few years now, in the off season, they've been trialing, Critter at 6. But even in their wildest dreams, they didn't think that Galvin was going to be playing 7 this much. They thought by the time that Woods gets ready, they drop him in, he goes to 6. These were the plans when they signed him, what they did. We've been forced to continue what we're doing because of injuries to certain players, and Conti's still not ready yet. They've got him close now, but he's still not fully ready yet. And the amount of games he plays where he's hot or cold shows that. If any of you watch New South Wales Cup, you'll see that yourselves. So he's getting there. Don't get me wrong. And he's going to be a great prospect, but he's only 20, guys. He just turned 20 10 days ago. So, or 2 weeks ago. So he's getting there. So, there's a long process for these guys. And the Bulldogs have been doing it very well, releasing these players into the team when they feel like they're ready. And then you've seen them like Undies and AJ when they're in there, they hit the ground running and off they go. They're not like deer in the headlights. So we're not far away, guys, from scoring some bigger points. But we do what we need to do to keep winning. And look, I'll be honest with you, as long as these games are tight, I'll back ourselves every time in those tight games, to win those grinding games. That's our specialty. That's what we're good at. So those are the ones that you're going to need to use in the finals when it comes up. So we keep winning those, and then we're going to get some games where we're going to grind the teams away, and then we're going to get those late points and put them away when we finish them off. And then we're going to get games where it's going to be top 3. Like Manly was coming 3rd and we played them and we grinded them. And did what we had to do to win that game and got the results, guys. So, we had as many chances to win the game before Fogarty had his chances as well. So it's not because Fogarty missed that we won. We had chances before that as well. So every time we made breaks, we managed to, get that turnover. Like Michael said, that one-on-one strip by Turbo. All these little things, guys, they all add up. So we did the right thing to keep coming. You think it's put into our players' contract we have to win twice? Yes, Brian, 100%, mate. James tore it a while ago, dislocated again last week and done way more damage, apparently, completely torn. It's as useful as a screen door on a submarine.
Oh, no, buddy.
James literally heard the kennels say that rubbish. They said Critter is tired. He has a baby on the way. The team is struggling. He's injured and should get surgery done. That means he's out for the year, guys. That's an off-season surgery for that.
Yeah.
The guy's putting the team first. His presence just there for us is huge, 100%. And he was still there and got the job done in Origin 1, guys, as well, and made the right play and break and pass to help win that game. You going to the game this week? 100%. Michael will be there this week,
I'm
guys.
there. I'll be there, guys.
If you ask most people, they would have said 2 tries wouldn't be enough to beat Manly. 100%. 100%, especially with the firepower they had and the way that they were, making breaks
Very
at will
good
at
comment.
times. Conti's body isn't developed yet. Still needs his growth spurt. That's it. Pete Weber. G'day, boys.
G'day,
you must have
legend.
been on the nest. Timmy's
Sorry,
back.
lad.
The Bible study's done.
Timmy.
Timmy.
We missed you, bro.
Once
So,
you
mate,
start, you
go
can't
like
stop.
the podcast, guys. I think there's only 10 likes.
That's
God,
it,
I
guys.
went all Nicolas Cage earlier. What the?
Come on,
Supposed to
guys,
like
get on
that
there.
shit. or don't like it, that's just as good. Hit the thumbs down.
Thumbs up, thumbs down, guys. Hit it hard. Let's see
We've got to hit it hard, guys.
if you can find it, guys.
There you go.
Thumbs up marks the spot.
Sorry, guys, just making my skin appearance a bit smoother. Is that better? There you go. I'll get more likes now.
Hey, the
likes.
man with all the innovation. D. The Bulldogs have been in the times the last 3 times they played for a combined winning margin of over 22 points.
That's over the 3 games, but it's funny. All
We've
games
lost
look
some,
like we're
blown
gonna,
some leads.
Yeah, we've had some really amazing periods in those games. Let them back in.
At Belmore, and then also Magic Round last year. Every time we got away from them, we let them score a couple of quick tries, and we're like, "Oh shit, this game's not over." Do you think Critter plays 5'8" in part because he was responsible for defending? A combination of things, really. Yeah,
I think definitely. I felt that defense was a little bit better on that edge too than it has been. But as we pointed out, Birdo getting left behind the ruck has been a problem. Not just Birdo, but plenty of players. But he's had quite a few moments where he's been stranded, and we seem to get smashed down that short side straight away. So that's what good halves are doing. And look, I think we're seeing that a little bit from our guys as well. We're starting to get some more short side stuff happening and making the breaks. We saw Tuala get through a few times and sort of resulted in an error at the end of it a couple of times. But to me, it's about the opportunities that are being created. We're starting to see more of that roll on upfield at different points. I felt Manly defended us really well, kept us under control in parts, but I think that took a lot of energy for them. And people, as I was talking about in the review, Leo took a lot of hit ups and sort of got hammered, but that takes energy out of the defense. And sometimes there's a payoff for that later on. I used to say, I say it a lot. You watch Mark O'Mealy. I used to watch him in Origin get absolutely driven backwards, or just come to a shuddering halt. No post contact. Absolutely monstered. But when he comes on again, when you need an energetic run, there was Shrek, and he would make post contact. And you get a quick play the ball away, and then out of dummy half, Andrew Johns, Danny Badiris come into their own. Had a lot more dummy half stuff happening. And I think that's still where we've got opportunities, but we've started to see it. That run from Galvin from dummy half is an indication of we sort of are struggling a bit with that set piece stuff and building those moves. The passing has been, maybe there's just a submission. We haven't been executing these passes, so we need to play heads up. We need to stay alert. We need to support more, which I know a lot of our friends in this community have been talking about as one of the criticisms of the team. Constructive criticism, man. That's what it's called. Doesn't have to be, you guys suck and we're going to get smashed in the rear end by 50 and we should give up and tell the fucking captain to stop playing. What? Imagine if Josh Jackson said that. Could you imagine people telling Josh Jackson not to play? Even though they were like, we saw people blaming him for our attack back in, I got a long memory, mate. The amount of crap he copped for trying to play ball, playing lock. We had no one else to do it. Someone had to do it. At least he copped it in the back to do it. But can you imagine people saying, Jacko needs a break? Fucking bullshit. We've got Cherry there, guys. If he gets too damaged, we'll bring Cherry back in. Who people are saying is better than Birdo. I don't think so. I like Bronson. Don't get me. I love him. That's not a criticism of him. I just don't think it's a discussion. who would be the better centre out of those two. I think it is a genuine discussion though to say who's the better six between Critter and Burton, and I don't have a problem with anyone suggesting that they don't like that change, because I understand feeling that way. But what I would suggest is maybe you can consider the fact we did win. We stopped a pretty good team who was coming third on the ladder, who's won 9 of their last 10, who got a lot of confidence and had attacking prowess, size everywhere, great balance.
And had their captain come back as well.
Who played a very good first up game.
Yep.
So
unusually for him.
What's our team?
Coming up, mate. Coming up.
That's my team. My team.
Hopefully it'll be like the game at Belmore 2 years ago, 32-0. Yeah, that would be nice.
We're here to stay.
And just so you guys know, the Bulldogs this week have done something a little bit different. They're actually already in the Gold Coast now. They're spending the whole week there, guys. They're spending the whole week there. So if you are local, you'll find them at the usual hotel. They're going to be around, and they'll be training up there away from Belmore and all the stuff this week. So they're actually already there and spending the whole week there, guys. So
I wonder if they brought the family along.
I'm sure the families will be around there too, guys. So
because they normally not with their families. Like they've had to manufacture this cohesion, guys, that other teams have just had building for years. We've had to manufacture players from everywhere.
And you wouldn't have heard that anywhere else, guys. You heard that first here, guys. All right. There you go.
There he is.
I think Critter played 5'8" to have more people help him tackle because of his shoulder. Yeah, look, also for him, like allowing Birdo to take more runs. But look, I'll be honest with you, his kicking game was actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. He had some look, I'll be honest with you, I actually prefer Critter's kicking than Galvin's kicking. He gets a little bit more height on the ball and gets the same depth like Birdo does. So we actually were, if you noticed, how many times did Tommy get the ball and have no opportunity to wind up? Literally get the ball, we were tackling him. That was very impressive to see. That was great. Saab a couple of times got the ball a little bit early. It's some of the low kicks, but the big high kicks, we were meeting them at the same time. So that's where we're just lacking that little bit with Galvin at the moment. But as Galvin gets a bit more filled up and everything, he might start to get a bit more, power into that as well. So, both teams this week will know they're capable. And again, as much as our attack has struggled, it has been an improvement in our defense. And it's going to be up to us to frustrate them as well, same as what we've done when we've won all our games. Frustrate the opposition. Every one of these games that we've won, especially like Panthers, the Raiders, even Manly, they've got a lot of attacking weapons and speed across the board. And when we've played well, we've frustrated them in defense, and we've kept them, pretty much, controlled. And we've won the game in that grind, and we've done it the hard way. But again, we're not the fastest team out there, but we more than hold our own. And our cover defense was outstanding the other day. The extra efforts were awesome. So everybody knows what I'm talking about. But they were fantastic across the board in that game. Kiraz has scored a combined total of 4 tries in the last 3 matches against the Titans. Preston and Tracy have also both scored a try in the last 3 matches against the Titans. So that tells me what I already think. Anyway, I think as long as Presto's named in the squad somewhere, which he is, I feel like he'll be playing. Critter will also give Galvin a lot of confidence by controlling the long kicking game and organising guys where they need to be. He's hoping Presto returns this week. And if anybody's heard a few interviews done by Lockie Galvin when asked who his favourite player is, anybody know who his favourite player is in the Bulldogs? Presto. He loves Presto because he loves. He goes, he makes me look good. And then when he gets through the gap, he goes, he also gives the ball back, and I score tries or he scores tries.
Oh, so I remember that. Yeah.
Yep. He loves him doing that. Crichton has never missed a goal against the Titans. He's 10 from 10. Bulldogs wingers have combined to score 13 tries in the last 6 meetings against the Titans. D is on a roll with the stats. A number
keep them running.
A number of players on the team have never tasted defeat against the Titans.
Wow.
Crichton is the most impressive with 7-0 record, 3 wins as a Bulldog and 4 as a Panther. There you go. You blokes have a real NRL 360 versus Channel 9 vibe going on with the kennel. Look, I'll be honest with you. I don't mind any other podcast out there as long as they're not downgrading the club. That's all for me.
I support them all.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally. I watch from start to finish every single week. And sometimes I agree with some of the stuff they say too. Like, we're all fans, but I will not cop the way that they have been talking and in setting a tone for people to talk about our captain and our club the way that they are for clicks. It's not opinion. It's bullshit. Sorry.
Cameron Ciraldo's talking about Birdo versus Tino. So that's from the Origin, I'm guessing. Thanks, Cam.
Yeah, well, look, I'll tell you something now. When this thing first started, and on all the sites, when Dane Gagai and Tino Fa'asuamaleaui, who come in and holds Burton to get his head smashed in, holds him in a headlock. We started a massive campaign to boo the hell out of Tino.
Yep.
And 11,000 fans at Combank that day. Toby Sexton had 4 try assists from kicks for the Gold Coast. It was his best game he played all year. Remember the Fox got that try where it looked like he was dead set offside.
Yep.
He just anticipated right on the money. We were all over him. We only won by 12 points, had to win it twice. But the way 11,000 fans sounded like 50,000 when they were booing Tino. And then we went to Newcastle away, I think the following week, and booed the hell out of Gagai for what they did to Burton. You know, that's what I want to see from the Bulldogs crowd. Like, not booing Ezra Mann for misjudging the room and getting bad punishment, but booing players from Queensland, you know, who manhandled our blokes and not letting them forget that. And I think we've booed the hell out of Tino ever since. I don't think it's slowed down.
No, it hasn't stopped.
And it's got to him. It's actually got to him. You know, they had the win. What was it? 2020. When was the last time they beat us?
Might have been 23. I'm not sure.
And the last game in 2023, I think it was.
Yeah.
I think they won it by about 10 points, maybe, or 6 points or something in a high scoring game. But
there's only going to be one thing that happens this week, though. I know it's going to be his home game, so there won't be as many Bulldog supporters, but there may be the insensitivity of him just losing his father as well, which may come into play as well. So that may be one where, if the Bulldog supporters are out there, beat them, but let this one go from the booze. Yeah, let this one go.
I mean, there should be no booze.
Timing is probably not not ideal for that, guys. Let him deal with that in his own way.
And look, I love going to the Gold Coast games as well. I find it's pretty relaxed. They put on they try to do some fun stuff. Like, they usually have something going on out the front in there. I just find it to be quite a pleasant experience every single time. And the sound sounds great in there as well. It's the acoustics of the place are good. The only thing that's not good is when you got that 3 p.m. sun in an afternoon coming at you. And it's usually pointing at the away section. Makes it really hot, but at least we've got a 6 o'clock game.
6 o'clock game. It should be all over by then. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it will be. It's going to be dark at 5. We just hit the solstice.
Yeah. Now, D's got some more stats. Kiraz and Preston also have both never lost to the Titans, winning all 4 games they've played against the Gold Coast.
Wow.
And Max King 5 is only 1 win away from equaling the most wins in Bulldogs versus Titan matches. The current record is 6, held by Josh Morris, Anthony Don, and Mark Minicello. And also, guys, it'll be the 150th game for Max King this week.
Oh, is it?
And his 100th game as a Bulldog.
Oh.
And 150 for him playing in the team that he started playing with at the Titans, guys. So full circle. Very,
There you go.
very, magical alignment, guys, all happening there together. Nice when things work out.
It's
So he'll get some, yeah.
Such a massive game to get this double in this little period, and then get that next bye 2 wins bye, just puts us right on the edge where the guys can taste it, and they can just go for it. Lose into a bye. We don't lose too many games before a bye, though, guys. I don't know how many we've lost before byes in the last few years. Anyone got a stat on that? How are we before byes?
Not many. But the one big thing that I think is going to come into play, guys, and not just the fact that we've got, okay, we beat the Titans, we get the bye, but what I love the most, guys, is we got 3 home games in a row straight after it, guys. 3 home games after the bye. So that's going to be something that is going to be massive for us, guys. So be ready for that.
Who have we got coming up?
So we got Raiders.
Nice.
We got Raiders, and then we got the Tigers, revenge against the Tigers. And then we got the Warriors, guys. So and I think they've just lost Jackson Ford as well. To a peck as well. But yeah, so we've got 3 home games in a row, guys, straight after, which is the one that the Bulldogs are doing that membership for with the free jersey, guys. So if you weren't on earlier, that's the 3 home games. So Presto seems to play man of the match style against them. Yep. G'day, John Bryan. Evening.
Hey, John.
What a win on the weekend. Remember when GI was moved to 6 for the Storm? Genius move. This could be the same. Creating some X factor that we need. And look, I spoke about it the other day to Michael as well, but I still feel like if when Critter starts to feel comfortable in the 6, he will start to play a lot more eyes up footy. I'm not going to say he's going to be a Cody Walker, but if he starts to then put a bit of his own spin off on how he wants to play as well, a little bit, he's going to become more dangerous. At the moment, he's being very controlling, trying to be very sure of himself. You can see he's trying to be very technically correct the way that he's passing the ball. The one that he passed to Connor Tracy on the halfway line when we just got 2 or 3 set 6 agains. He tried to be very technical on that one. He'll start to be a bit more, I own this. At the moment, he was just trying to be sure. As he goes a bit more, if he takes this role on a bit more and they start getting some more wins, you'll find he'll start to run a bit, whatever. Like you saw the other day, the pass that he gave to Jethro on the wing, if Jethro was just 1 meter left from where he was, right on that, hugging that sideline, he could have caught that ball, could have stuck, but that was a great play there. Like that was, you see Latrell do that a lot, but that was a great play. That vision, that's what we want. Some of these stick and he'll start to get more confidence and start doing some more of that stuff. But he's got the ability to pass the ball both ways. You could see he found the in goal with his kick. Some of them, I don't even know how he got them through. And we got the repeat sets. The one we got just before our try, he got the one into the in goal. Turbo ran it dead. Then they took the kick. They missed out by a few centimeters on landing on the line, etc. And then we got the ball back, and then Galvin kicks it, and we get the bounce. Which, guys, for those who think that's lucky, we've had that against us all year, guys. All these bounces have been against us all year. So it's about time we get some of the ball bouncing our way to help us out for some results. Brian wouldn't mind seeing Cherry in the back row to give Preston an extra couple of weeks. Well, the good thing with Presto, guys, it was a broken arm, so he still would have been running and training and doing what he has to do. He would have just been limiting his contact to make sure that arm was fully binded. That's all. So he should still be okay. With the weather in Sydney, I'd be spending the whole week up there too. Yep, there you go. What do we got here? Do you think Spinks will miss out on his debut this week? Well, that might depend on Presto. That might depend. If Presto ends up playing, then more than likely that's what will happen.
I can see Spinks definitely going back to Tamworth and where he lives.
Magic round.
Look, we're playing on Sunday, which gives him 2 days. So he could potentially train with the NRL squad and then head back if he doesn't get a run and be on a 6-man bench. But I just can't see that happening. But it might be I've got a feeling that maybe an Underhill gets a rest this week. He copped that under the eye, didn't play that many minutes. And Hot Boy had a really good game in New South Wales Cup and he's been named at number 15. So there's ahead of those two guys, which they normally don't do that. There's normally some method to the madness. So I'm probably thinking that one of those guys, either Hot Boy, Underhill or Jones, finds themselves out of the team. I think Cherry stays for the cover. And you'd think that they would have O'Sullivan in there as cover as well, with Conti, and the other young guys playing at reserve New South Wales Cup Magic round at Tamworth. So I think one of those guys is going to drop out. I just don't know who yet. I'm going to take a punt on the Jack. Maybe it's Jones. Who knows?
Atlas. What are we calling it? GAS 360 with the breaking news. There you go, guys.
That's it, mate. Like and subscribe, guys. Join.
That's what you get. That's what you get on all things Bulldogs, guys.
Yeah. Here's Riley.
Go for it.
There you go, mate.
Critter at 5'8" worked surprisingly well. Birdo's been running the ball very effectively for the past few weeks. Liking the change. And a lot of times they were stifled on their side, guys. So they didn't get the opportunity to go Critter, Birdo, etc. It was just the way that it ended up working out. So if there is a bit of flow sometimes that way, you'll find that they'll start to run those plays. And then, I'm sure that the way Birdo plays, he'll be getting Jethro outside him a lot more and getting him streaming down that wing as well. So there'll be some good stuff out there. Curtis Moran, fresh from signing a few extra years on his deal, will be.
Oh, did he?
Us. Yep, he signed an extra 2-year extension to 2029.
Well done.
The Moran King Cup. There we go. Critter and Birdo kicking would be awesome. One goes long, the other goes high. Yes. Dev Era. Well, it's great that it has slowed down on the 6 agains, which has allowed our defensive structure to be like the previous years. Still a bit of balance there. Still a bit of balance. Some of the refs are still a bit trigger happy. But the teams have started to learn how to sort of be a bit more conditioned to defending it a bit more at the moment. And sometimes on your try line, you just get into the grind of defending it. It just, it can start to grab you. Like we had the one where we copped the on our line, we defended it. They kicked it again. Tracy took a great catch, made a little break, then passed the ball 2 passes wide to Karaz. Then he got stripped by Brooks. Then we had to defend that again. And that was deflating because we already got the ball back. And then Garrick pulled our pants down on the last tackle on that set. So that was disappointing. But and also Critter just showed himself to the inside, to the outside, not to the sideline, and he got caught out there as well. Jethro did the best he could to hold him up, but he just Garrick was too good. He just got it down. So it's starting to get a bit more harder for teams, and a lot of teams I'm noticing are having that 20, 25 tackles in the oppositions and not many points scored. It's not as easy as it looks all the time in there, guys. We get criticized the most for it because, we got the second worst sort of attack on the stats. But I don't mind if we're winning games as long as we keep improving, and I think we will. That stat will take care of itself for us because we've gone from being one of the worst defensive teams in the space of 4 or 5 weeks. We've now moved into the middle of the pack again. So we've that's after the bad run we had there for a while. I thought Tuala had a great game, heaps of threats, just a few errors, spoiled some great footy. One of them they could have challenged, they would have won it as well. But once again, pretty much you keep watching Tuala. Every time he runs the ball, he almost every time beats the first tackle guys. He's just playing with a lot of confidence. If Preston is playing, he will start, I think. If he's not going to be a bench, if he's going to be there, he's going to be ready. They'll slot him straight into Sitili, back into his right side spot, and off he goes. Galvin loves Preston. I think they have the same bad headdress. Yeah, although Galvin has improved since the days when he first signed with us. That was some Dumb and Dumber stuff there. With the way Connor played last week, I believe he's recapturing the form that he had last year before the abdominal injury. And guys, you got to remember, in the first set that we had the ball, Connor got absolutely smashed by their front rower and got up and still kept delivering the result that he did. That's the kind of player he is. He gets hammered, guys. He's only a little guy. There's not that much of him. He keeps getting up and coming again and again and again. The only thing I think that he was let down with a few times the other day, he'd take the ball from the kick and he'd start to shape to give it to the winger, and he kept waiting for like Jethro a few times to come back inside him, and he took his time, and then he ended up running it himself. Just that little bit more playing together, communication. He'll start to Jethro, those guys will start to know what he wants more. But there was a few times where he could have given it to him back on the inside. And I think Jethro also, I noticed that his running style when he's coming off his line, he started to improve and be a bit more upright. If you noticed in the games he played earlier in the year, or when he came back into the team, he would come off his line in those yardage runs, and he'd be leaning forward and basically getting. If somebody like just walked away from him, he'd literally fall front on his face and be just falling over. He's actually running a bit more upright now, which makes him more dangerous. And he did that. He did the little shimmy on Saab and had a little mini break down the left there, guys, in the first half, which was great to see. So,
look, I watched that and I had a look at it. That's something you're honed in on, and I'm not 100% convinced. I think he's or maybe because I've watched in a lot of his other games, he hasn't always run like that. Maybe he might have had an issue or something. He was protecting something. Who knows? But it was definitely a little bit lower to the ground. I saw Tracy did that a couple of weeks against me. Sorry, last week. He got absolutely hammered. The way he got hit 2 or 3 times against Para, and even worse against Manly, I can't believe how many meters he's run. To be honest,
yep,
he's absolutely getting smashed. And someone was trying to tell me that Tracy goes, he doesn't run it hard into the line. Like, are you fucking kidding me? He runs hard, man. And he sometimes he does it. He sort of runs sideways and then straightens and accelerates in and through. And he's making post contact. He's rarely getting just smashed and driven backwards. He deserves a lot of praise for our performance last week. He had so much effort solid in that game.
And some of those kicks that Fogarty put up, he put up some absolute doozies that even Birdo would have been proud of. Some spirals and a few other things. And he basically caught everyone. There was only one of them that they got stuck between Jethro and Tracy, and they both let it bounce. Unfortunately, it bounced straight up. But everything else, he caught some crazy catches and was very, very solid. But you can tell now that he's got his fitness back, he's got his confidence back, and he's playing well on both sides, guys. Presto is asking if you've got an Instagram account. Sure he
Hey?
does.
Oh, is that Presto?
Mm.
He come and saw. Oh, g'day, mate. Yeah, we've got the Dogfather on Instagram, and you can also, see me there.
Rarely does a
I'll have a
team
look
win.
for you. What's your?
Yep.
Send us a message of what your handle is and stuff, or whatever they call it.
Yep.
I want to get that photo of you and me, brother, and show me daughter. See, I'm a celebrity.
Rarely does a team win the week after they play Penrith. Yeah, let's hope that run continues, guys.
How many teams have won after playing Penrith this year, guys? How many?
I'm not sure. Timmy D, someone give us that stat. Pete, good shout out, Timmy. Love him to score this week. Yeah, mate. It's great to have our coach join us tonight. Thanks, Ciro. Yeah, mate. He's a good guy, that Ciro, whoever he is. Our Brian, the best hairdresser. Depends on what you like. Why shouldn't the Bulldogs fans have booed Ezra? He was a grub. Yep.
Who said that?
Tommy the
Well,
man.
look, no, he made a mistake as a kid, mate.
Mm.
All right. The issue I had was that when he come out and he said people were booing him because he was over racial reasons. They were booing him because he was allowed to play for way too early after having drugs, getting in a car, and fracturing a 4-year-old's hip. That's why they were booing him. We should be booing the NRL, and we should be booing the justice system, and we should be booing the Brisbane Broncos, who could have taken given him 12 months in reserve grade playing QRL, so he can still have his mates and train and all that sort of stuff. After he served his suspension, they could have done something like that and said, "Not at our club. You can come back next year the hard way." But no, they don't do that.
And then he goes on to win the premiership.
And he wins a premiership ring.
There you go.
I don't think we should be booing him for that. I think we should boo him for.
Brian's saying respect him before and after the game, but boo him during the game. All fair in love and war, as they say.
Look, people can boo other fans and stuff. As long as it's done for the right reasons.
Other players.
Because I am the law now. Okay, guys, what I say goes. All right, so Brian, don't boo him.
Can't wait to see the classic short ball to Presto. Yeah, all the outside to Tuala with Karaz waiting as well, guys. That they could be waiting for that.
When I hear short ball, all I think is Victor Radley and Brandon Smith and Buzz Rothfield, who loves the buzz. You know what I mean?
Kingy is his brother in Christ. There you go, Timmy. NRLW and NRL in those 3 consecutive games. Since 2023, we've lost 2 games before the bye. Last year against the Dolphins, 44-8, and 2023 against the Sharks, 48-10. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for digging that up, mate. Taking away the shoulder charge seems to make more players reach, causing pec injuries these days, it seems. Potentially, mate. Yeah. Just ask Frank Pritchard what he thinks and Sonny Bill.
Sonny Bullberg.
Yeah, Mike, good work. Last 3 years, including this year, 11 buys, 9 wins before the bye. There you go. Confirmation of the stat between the two of you. We trust you.
Well done.
Jed Reardon gone back to Cup this week, along with Conti. Yep.
He is named in our lineup again, Jed. So where's he named?
Did Zane Harrison play for the North Coast Pathways?
I think he might have. Toby Toby Batten did, and he's now with the Dolphins. I think Zane might have actually.
I believe Zane and Mitch played under 19s a few years. Yeah, I think we mentioned that as well on Sunday, mate. Yep.
And there was also Toby Rodwell, I think. Is it Toby Rodwell? Who sort of outperformed Mitch in that arena every time.
Tawala, absolute unsung hero, such a good player, devastating for Tilly. What else can you say about him? He was outstanding again versus Manly, huge out. Preston hopefully will be a huge in.
We need him, 100%.
Zachary, everyone fully fit. Is Harry the lock going forward?
Well, the thing is, guys, what's Harry's stats playing at lock? Very similar to what Salmon's was, run-wise. He's there to tidy up that middle.
Yep.
And, ensure that he's got to be that minister of defence. That's what he's got to do. And who was there when we needed him? It was Harry.
Big time.
So we could sit there and go, and that's what I mean. We can sit there and look at stats all day. Oh, well, what do you have? 5 runs for 30 metres or something? Wouldn't have been much.
Leo Thompson's big minutes is helping him do this as well. That's made a difference. That's allowed us to branch out other areas. So, and the speed that he's got as well for Harry helps him as well, like he did the other day. So, being an ex-back, and that bigger body. And look, every time he plays in that position, he's going to become better and better at what he's doing. He's going to keep learning and evolving each time he plays. I'm sure they'll be watching footage of other great players in that position to sort of learn and be better. That's what the coaching staff does. They do snippets, they do all sorts of stuff, and they say, here's where you were, here's where the best players are, here's where you could be, etc. So much learning still every week in the NRL, guys. So every time Harry spends time there, every time Galvin spends time where he is, Critter, they're all got to keep learning every game they play there. Brian, the run back that Tracy done flat out had me worried, thinking, don't bust your guts out, Connor. Great run, though.
He literally did bust his guts last year against Manly.
Yeah. He loves playing against. That's two golden points we've had against him in the last couple of years.
Yeah, that's right.
Plenty of time for Spinks to jump on a plane. Maybe they'll organise a bus or something for the players as well. It's only a short drive down the Newell or something to get to Tamworth.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like we're really not going to know. We're really not going to know. But I don't see him being in the. If Preston is in the lineup still, I don't see Spinks being there. He'll probably won't even. He might not even be in the Gold Coast right now. Like I'm it's weird, eh? It's weird because is Preston doing a fitness test that they're waiting on, or they just know he's going to be right? Usually they know pretty quick, unless they actually do an injury later in the week, which they keep people around for contingency before making their decisions. But then you usually know. Look, I think they'll know by tomorrow what's going on. Is my gut feel.
And look, for them, if they're up there all week, like I said earlier, then they would want all those players so they can run plays against each other as well in the drills this week. So, so tomorrow will be Wednesday. It'll be their last sort of main hit. Thursday will just be the captain's run, and then they'll taper off and get ready for Friday. Moran has signed until 2029. Good on him, been playing great, breaking the line, scoring tries. Hope he has a shit game on Saturday. Thanks, Pete.
Oh, look, I think there's a chance that I think there'll be a lot. He'll be absolutely bursting at the seams, Curtis. I sort of saw him as the Swiss cheese. Like the or the fake cheese or whatever, he reminded me of Brandon Smith with his energy, and even though they sort of played different roles, and I loved Moran. I really didn't want him to leave. Sad that he left, but it was with good reason. And look, it's paid off for him, and the club will be happy about that for Curtis.
Yep,
100%. What I will say though is he's one that could drop a few balls.
Yeah,
with the pressure of this game. So I'll be thinking that they'll target Curtis. And we'll see who has the last laugh there.
He comes in at speed to get onto the ball, and sometimes it's just a little bit behind him by the time he gets there. And he's lost a few in that process. He's done that for us quite a bit, which worked against him at the end of the day, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think a couple of drops in that big game against Manly. Maybe it was only one drop, but might have went against him a little bit. But you wouldn't think that, but maybe it did. Who knows? What I'd also say, though, is that players that are expected to be running onto a ball, especially coming off the bench, Curtis, and we'll be looking for him, that's also a time that opposition teams strike or when they do something different. I've been watching this very carefully in games, actually, and it's a lot of deception there for teams to be able to sit there and go, they think Curtis is going to get it here. We'll do something different. Funny little things like that. Players playing up against their new club as well. Maybe we'll have something in store for Curtis that he doesn't know about.
Harry Hayes' try-saving tackle not only saved the match but kept our season alive. That effort says a lot about this team. They haven't given up. They never will, guys. They'll keep going until every game. And if Harry wasn't there, Jethro was there as well. So there was more than one person coming across. Harry got to him first, but Jethro was there as well. So great effort from all of them. Henny, Benny, you blokes lost after you beat Penrith. You're the only other team. Yeah, but we're asking about that played the Panthers, not just beat them. Anyway, what's happened to a team after they've played against Penrith as well? To see what kind of energy came out of them as well, Henny. So maybe check that for us.
Benny.
Brian's booing comment was about Tino, not ma'am. No worries, mate. All good, buddy. Harry.
Booing in general.
Harry the sweeper is there to clean up everything. That's why they call him Dirty Harry, mate.
Dirty Harry.
That's what I call him anyway. Do you think Hayes is a smoky for Origin next year? Loz isn't expected to stay as the coach, which is good. It won't be long, guys, before the biggest obvious one is going to be Cleary. It's going to be coach, guys. So Ivan's made that quite clear. If it comes his way, he's going to take it. And I would be not surprised at all if he wants to take on that role in 2 years when he's up.
Cleary ball doesn't work in Origin, though.
It doesn't have to be Cleary ball. He just has to go out and
we've been playing it for years.
Yeah. Well, we've been playing it, but he can just still.
So not Nathan Cleary ball, actual Ivan Cleary ball. Our New South Wales coaches have been trying to emulate Penrith.
But you need the whole team to do that. You haven't got Penrith's whole team to do that style. You can't get players to pick and choose and do stuff like that. And
it's an NRL thing. It's not an Origin thing. It's ref differently.
That's all right. I still would rather him coaching than Laurie Daly. That's what I'm saying.
Well, look, I think professional everyday coaches are going to do a better job more times than they're not. But look, Laurie knows what he's doing. I'll get vilified for saying that. He knows what he thinks he wants. I used to disagree with a lot of Laurie's selections back in the day. Even as a commentator, a lot of his thoughts I didn't really agree with. But when you see a 16-year-old do, Laurie Daly is one of the best players to play the game, and I'll tell you that right now.
Yep.
What he could do as a 16-year-old against grown men, not many blokes could. They all talked about Freddie Fittler. Well,
they raise him different in June, mate.
They certainly do.
Timmy, I feel more confident when we have Harry named in the 17. Just as important to Salmon, he doesn't always get the flashy highlights, but his percentage plays don't go unnoticed. That's right.
And Timmy, when he also has a bad game or he does a few things wrong, it affects us big time.
Yep.
So he's got a really important role in the side. So being fit is of utmost importance as being there. Unsung hero. And I just find it funny that he throws a leg out, called a trip, sin-binned, happens to us against West or whoever, and just let go. It's bullshit. Anyway.
Yep, and Salmon also, the same can be said for him. hard-working, uncompromising players, yes. And Timmy was just correcting Pete. We're playing on Friday, not Saturday. Yeah, well, Pete, I think maybe Pete was probably trying to say that he could jump on a plane on Saturday, I'm guessing.
That's what he means. Yeah, Timmy.
Yeah, there's not going to be too many
he knows
flights
it's
going
Friday.
out. Not too many flights, Timmy, going out after we finish. By the time you finish the game at 8 and get out at the airport, there won't be many flights heading out to Tamworth at that hour. But he's got all day Saturday to get over there. It's all good. Not sure if it's confirmed, but Jesse McLean to the Dogs, what do you think, and where will he fit in? And does that leave the writing on the wall for Bronson Cherry?
Look, it means nothing for no one, Zach. It means Jesse McLean, if they sign him, is a player that's currently not playing first grade and sort of isn't close. He's going all right in New South Wales Cup, and he's got a lot of talent, a lot of potential, but he's down the pecking order. Now, I would suggest that Bronson Cherry probably would be ahead of Jesse in their system too. So I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just saying that he might get an opportunity at our club, and he'll have to prove himself. He's not just going to walk in as some. It's not like a critter signing. I don't think it means any. Cherry's on more money than Jesse McLean. And I think if we get him early, I don't know if we pick up his full wage or part of it. But he had a pretty long deal. Him and his brother signed, I think, a 4-year deal, ends the same time.
Talk was that they were going to throw a bit towards it as well, the Panthers.
Oh, there was? Okay, well, there you go.
Talk,
so,
yeah. So that's why it makes it more attractive if you're going to do that. I mean, and we're losing an outside back in Montoya, etc. So, yeah.
And he can play wing. He can play wing. He can play centre. Probably evolve into something else, potentially. He's got the skill set. He's got the evasiveness. I think he's not quite as big as Casey.
That's where our depth has been tested, though, lately in the backs. So if they're looking to add back cover, it's not a bad option. While the young blokes are still developing.
We've got Jed Reed and Sasai Latini doing a great job as centres. They're both back edge back rollers.
Correct.
Good shout out here.
Brian, not only the try-saving tackle by Harry, he got up to stop rampaging Olakawatu as well on the next tackle. Correct, mate. And he was most people he would have beaten on that too as well. The coach mentioned they have an inspiring moment, photos around the wall, and Harry's got a few. So exactly what Brian said there, guys. So the Bulldogs have a wall inside the Belmore there. Every time there's moments like these, they put a photo up of that, guys, around the walls, and it's a badge of honor to be one of those photos there, knowing that you're the one that pulled off a try saver or something, a desperation moment. Harry's got a few of those because he's got that. He's big, he's mobile, he's fast, and he anticipates very well, guys. He doesn't give up on a play, and he just chases and he gets there. So that's very good for him. Mike, only team this year who have won after versing the Panthers are the Roosters, Knights, Manly, and Tigers. So only a few guys. Thanks, Tim. So much more time. There you go. Thanks, Pete.
Yep.
Yep. All good. I heard Bronson was on a flight to Melbourne today. Any truth? No, mate. He's in the Gold Coast training, mate.
Don't know. I haven't even looked at the anything NRL today till about 5 minutes.
Yep.
Before I got online.
10% of the teams have won after playing the Panthers. There you go.
So guys,
teams,
beautiful. We'll go through the team quickly. Won't go too long tonight, guys. I've said that before and lied about it. So far, we've got $38 in our $100 draw contribution, and people in the cartel and Dogfather get automatic tickets. Anyway, the other way to get tickets is to contribute through super chats to support us, or pay IDs, whatever. Buy me a coffee thing there. Thank you for all the support over the last couple of months as well, guys. It's been massive. We donated, I think, community members of these channels have raised $1,600 for charity, which is absolutely amazing.
Awesome job,
Two
guys.
different charities, and we've also been able to buy things and give it back to people. So essentially, you've will have help pay for a lot of the stuff that we send out, and there's more of that coming to some of you. So if you want to be a cartel member, please join. And you do get, if you've been a regular contributor and upgrade, you'll get a merch pack. Won't be too much. If we see something around that could be of value, we'll get it. See if we can get things signed, whatever we can do, we'll do it. But and there's some other things I'm putting together, which might be okay, which might be good little tokenisms of your support. So we do thank you for that. And I think we're up to 50 members now, so that's pretty good. Not on the cartel, across all of them. So that's really good. So well done, guys. Thank you.
And thanks, Timmy. A big shout out to Elaine, who celebrated her birthday as well. And she had a surprise for, I think it might have been today, mate. Surprise for CJ as well. She met him over there in New Zealand.
Yeah. Saw that.
Big surprise. So that was amazing. So that was a bit of a
surprise
surprise for CJ.
there as well.
Yeah.
So they both were there, and he had mum and dad written on his arm, and they had a close loss. Couldn't get the win, but it would have been amazing to have his both parents in New Zealand to watch him. So
she's probably asleep now. She's a few hours ahead in New Zealand. So when she watches it back, all the best, Elaine. Hope you had a great day and a great weekend.
Yep. Happy birthday.
How do you think? Let's have a look at the team, Mike, and we'll have a chat about that.
All right, people. It's on. So look, this is a very good lineup for the Titans. The underperformers, got some young players. I think Jojo Fafita in State of Origin has been absolutely immense. And like I can't believe the level that he's gone to there. Obviously, a lot of questions get asked by players like AJ Brimson, Jojo Fafita. I don't think they can put a much better side on the paddock, to be honest. And I really like this guy, Jalen de Groot, who is a fullback as well. One of those long, lanky guys. Keanu Kinney is an absolute weapon. The match winner against the Broncos was unbelievable. Still one of the best tries I've seen. Philip Sammy, another one. I think Philip's going to the Dragons next year, isn't he? So he's been at the Titans, a mainstay for them. They probably think that they can put some games together and do something. Jaden Campbell getting more and more reps. Always struggled to stay on the park. I think playing at 5'8" helps him a little bit. And Zane Harrison kicking a winning field goal against the Panthers. Mo Fatawaika, big time player, seems to play better when Tino's not there, though. I will say that. His best games are when Tino's not been there. Oliver Pascoe, up and comer. This fella, Arama Howe, another one that's making waves. So they've got some talent there. Bo Fermor, played Origin before, runs good lines, good honest toiler. Type of player the Bulldogs would like. He suits. He's just got that Bulldog about him. I like him. Chris Randall could play hooker, 13. We know about Curtis Moran. Josh Patson, don't know much about him, I will say. Cleese Huss, been watching him for a while. I'll tell you what, he can run a good line, Cleese, too, on an edge or play in the middle, wherever. He's obviously not Payne, but he's not a bad player. Jet Liu, Sam Verrills, and Lockie Ilias. Then Dean Aramia and Adam Christensen, Michael Molo. Haven't seen much of Michael Molo, ex-Dragons player. I've got my team who I think will line up. So I've got Tracy, Carraz, Burton, Tuala, Renikama, Crichton, and Galvin. No change. King, Hayward, Thompson, Salmon, Preston coming into the team. Hope that's the case. Harry Hayes to stay at lock. Mann, Curran, Hopwoy, Underhill, Jones, Cherry, and O'Sullivan, with one player to be admitted and the other one to be the reserve. And I don't know which. I think it'll be one of those forwards. And I'm thinking it might be either Jack. Look, it's in Queensland too, so if Jack's feeling good, but maybe he needs to have a little bit of a freshen up.
Well, he's only had one game and he's got a bye after it. So if they want to use him, it's they you know, as long as the little knock he copped on his right eye is okay, then they will play him. I feel if they want to keep him going.
Also,
but the fact that Hopwoy's in there could be he could be the man to slide out potentially.
Yeah, well, I think AJ did have that knock on. And he only played 14 minutes. Jack played, 17? And then you've got Lipboy who can play longer minutes. He only played, I think, the game against the loss against the Tigers, maybe.
Yeah.
He only played like 12 minutes.
Didn't get much opportunity, no.
Like they scored and then they took him off, which sort of made me think that's the end of Lipboy. Like just on a real surface level look. Thinking about things too much and whatever, and to see him play well in New South Wales Cup last week across the Dutch, and then to be named ahead of those blokes in the number, it's usually an indication. But Hopwoy's probably the guy who's been named in more 17s and not played than any other player in our top 30.
Yep.
So that's another thing to look at. So really what I'm saying is I have no idea. But I do believe I'm hoping Preston will play.
Well, someone has to slide out for Preston anyway because he's on the reserve side. So, you know.
Yeah. One of those. I think it's Hopwoy, Underhill or Jones. And look, if Cherry was on a bus to Melbourne or a plane to Melbourne, maybe he drops out and Reardon comes in. But we will see. We will see.
Okay, let's have a look at a couple of chats. Ciro saying Birdo will dominate this game. He feels it could be the game for a Birdo. He does generally play well against the Titans. He started well against them last year before his injury at Belmore. That was a good game. Pete saying the little fullback is dynamite. Yes. Timmy saying so the battle of the halves are worth the price of admission. Jaden is continuing to develop. Is it dangerous runner? Yeah, he's elusive.
He's an amazing player.
When he's fit, he's very dangerous.
And he's fit.
On a side note, for how bad Warbrick has been playing, how did he do so many great catches this week? When the first one sticks, mate, that's it. They just keep rolling in.
Hit and miss.
Kinney is like Weeks from the Raiders, small in stature, very elusive. Much like Ben Barber was. Yeah, there's a lot of those really good ones at the moment. They're just dangerous coming out of the back there.
Chain to a peaky.
Yeah.
He's another good little one.
Yeah. Jack copped a nasty knock to his eye, so he could be arrested. Leo and King are as good a 1-2 punch in the comp as anyone. Yeah, and that's what we spoke about. We spoke about that in the off-season when Leo gets ready. Yep.
Well, I've been speaking about it for 3 fucking years. King.
That's what I'm saying. Yep.
King and Vaughan.
Yep.
And you and I have been talking about it. Me and everyone. You and everyone. Don't matter. But it's the 1-2 punch. It'd be almost like you and me playing GAS. It'd be like, I reckon we get a 3 and a 4 in though.
That's it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's in Queensland. Jack can rest next week. So, yeah, he's a Queenslander, mate. Let him play up that way.
Yeah.
G'day, Lockie.
And that's what's
going,
making me
mate?
think maybe not.
Lockie, I still feel like you're standing there talking to me, mate, from Saturday night, mate.
Have a chat.
You're still there in my ear, mate. I can still hear you talking, buddy.
You got to get Lockie and Timmy together.
Oh, if we get Lockie on, mate, that'll be it. Give Spinks a crack. He ran 100 metres and scored 3 tries in New Zealand. Well, 2 of them were, just from kicks. Come on, Pete. Calm down, mate. Calm down. But no, he's he just had to dive on him in the in goal area. No, they were all right. But mate, he's
I don't
definitely
think he'll
putting
be
his hand up. Definitely putting his hand up, but I don't think look, Presto is going to dictate that.
The Dogfather's predicted
there you go.
team, so that's a predicted team. The
That's
Dogfather's preferred team would be.
Mm.
Look, if it's my preferred team, I'm putting Burton to 5'8", Crichton back to the centres, with Tuala. And then what am I doing? I'm probably going. I'm probably putting Curran on the edge with Preston. Now, if Preston's not fit, I'd go Curran and young Logan Spinks. But for me, I've got no issue with what Logan Spinks does with the ball. I go back to the first trial against the Cowboys. We're talking about men versus boys at the moment, and I think he's definitely would be a lot more resilient and tough and fit right now, and he's right on the edge. But I'm not just giving anyone a crack. My legendary friend, I'm not just giving anyone a crack. No fucking way. And that's the thing about our club. In the face of all that bullshit from fans, I'm not giving anyone a crack. No shortcuts. They earn a shot or they don't. Has he earned it ahead of other players? Well, Josh Curran's got to be in the team. Jamin Salmon's got to be in the team for the reasons he's in the team every week. Harry Hayes has got to be in the team. Could I find a spot for him amongst AJ, amongst Jack Underhill, amongst Hopboy? Potentially could. Just depends. But if Preston plays, I don't see how we can fit him in. If Preston doesn't play, I think there's a pathway to him debuting. And at least if he starts on an edge, I think they have to start him. You have to start your edge players. I think if anything was if he was like missed a tackle or something and lost some confidence, they can make a move there without harming things too much as far as rotations go. I think they could manage that, but they wouldn't go in there with that intention. If when Logan gets his debut, he'll be expected to tackle Hamoli Alakwatu or Helam Luki, who he missed in that trial match. But with the ball, I can see him doing as much damage as Preston off a short ball or Satilli. You know, he runs good lines. He's an intelligent footballer. He can play heads up football really well. A lot of these guys can. The Jack Todds even, you know, like they're footballers. You know, but I think that question deserves a big answer, Pete, because Logan Spinks has, you know, captain of the Greater Northern Tigers, play for Australian schoolboys with Galvin and Finella too. So you got some cohesion there. You got some good players, played reps together, all in the same squad. Logan's so close he can taste it. Is he going to make the six-man squad? Well, if Preston's not there, I hope he does. If Preston plays, I can't see him being in the side unless there's like an injury or something to Curran or Salmon or Harry. But I don't think there is. So otherwise, I'm just saying I have no idea yet again. Clip that. Who's up next?
Do you think Critter gets recalled into the centres for Origin or a potential bolter, Fletcher Sharp? I don't think Fletcher's got any chance, mate. There won't be as many changes as you think.
Maybe moving Critter to 5'8" so they don't pick him in Origin. Because if he gets picked, I think he plays.
Yep.
We get the bye though, don't we?
Yes, we do have a bye for the second one, yeah.
So he wouldn't miss any games.
Correct.
He'd just have to back up against the Raiders.
Correct.
Good call.
Gus was saying that no changes needed to be done, only a change in mindset for Origin. He was saying not as many changes are needed.
Well, after the game, he was like, "Don't listen to anyone. Come up with a team that you think can win, and form a game plan that you think will win game 3, and everything else is outside noise. Just forget about it."
Mm.
And he's basically said, and it was funny because I was watching Brad Fittler's body language when Gus was talking, and I felt Brad smiled a lot. I felt he felt really like Gus used a lot of brutal honesty there, and then Brad sort of stood up for the system and sort of said, "Oh, everyone's influenced by the media." So there was a lot in that. Just watching his body language and then seeing that, and I thought that was interesting. And yeah, because Freddie was just on the cusp of being one of the greatest Origin coaches we've ever had. Loved a lot of stuff that he did, but I just always felt some of the picking New South Wales is a much harder job than picking for Queensland. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, too many options.
And no pressure.
Yep,
for
too many
Queensland.
options. Spinks does have a defensive lapse in him.
Which is normal for a guy working hard on an edge
Mhm.
who's only young, right? And
Gal was
they've
giving
got
it to yep.
Yeah.
Gal was giving it to Gus on the 100% footy. Gal should uppercut himself. He's got a good uppercut on him too. He should. If Tracy had the second most run meters as a Bulldog, who had the most?
I've been trying to source that everywhere and have not found it yet. So go find it for me. Can't find it. I'm not paying artificial intelligence $300 to look either.
Brian, I don't think Critter will Timmy, but I did hear that Mitchell injured himself again. Yeah, I think Mitchell's done another 6 weeks for his calf. Came back yesterday to training. He was doing the warm up in the morning, felt something in his calf. They had a look at it. It was a grade 2, and he's out for about 4 to 6 weeks.
Haven't talked about how the Bulldogs beat the Titans yet. I do apologise.
Yep, we've only got a couple of these chats, then you can do that. Yep, Mick, not for a starter. If Preston can't play, I think he could come on for Underhill this time. Lads, can you do a boxing match against someone from the kennel for charity?
Oh, mate.
Tommy.
Only you pay me for $1,000 to the charity for every tooth that I lose.
We have won 4 of the last 5 games versus the Titans. The loss was at Seabus, September 23. I truly feel that the Manly game was a season-defining win. We will back that up on Friday with another good win. And guys, the last time we had a golden point win, yeah, we had a bye in between, but we came back and beat the Raiders in Canberra. So there's hopefully a good omen. Mike, I just Googled it. It says that Tracy does at 322, but that on the day they said he ran for 307. So who knows? Yeah, guys, don't forget, they always readjust. They count the games later properly. So they go through the stats again. If anyone's ever done I used to do it before with a super coach. There's always an adjustment you have to wait for the redo, because they can't always get it perfect on the spot the first time. It's close, but not always perfect. Brian, the Bulldogs posted the second most, so I have no clue. Yep. I'm not bothered to go through every game ever.
It's now updated to 327 on.
There you go. See?
So, but that's still not. And I've asked AI to check and stuff, and spent about 45 minutes searching.
Timmy, if you'd pay to watch him box Elmo, go and watch the first 10 minutes of this episode, Timmy. I think there was some teeth flying already, Timmy. Make sure you go and watch the first 10 minutes of this episode. You too, Pete. If you haven't seen it, mate, go and have a look at the first 10 minutes of this episode.
No, Pete spent an hour looking for it because he actually.
No, I'm just saying to Pete as well, because I know he wasn't on at the start. I think from when we got his first message.
Mate, I don't want to take on anyone. I'd rather us all join up and fight other teams' fans. But what I will say is, I don't give a fuck. It's not about violence. But I think some of the stuff they're saying is violent against our players and stuff. So.
Maybe Barber or Patton got the record. Yeah, Barber's probably a good chance with the amount of line breaks he used to make. You know, those meters he used to make, just a couple of those in a game. He used to run 70, 80 meters a couple of times sometimes.
3
just for fun.
intercepts.
Yeah, exactly. So they all count those meters.
That's what I mean. It's like, oh, the Fox had a great game, made 300 meters. I'm like, made 3 line. You got
Yeah,
3
that's
line
it.
breaks.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, mate. How are we going to win? Let's have a look. Let's see what the Dogfather's got in store for us, guys.
I've got to get it back up now. None of that gas.
Indiana Jones? No, Indiana
only
Jones.
I could. I
Actually, I watched the last one the other day. That was actually really good. The final one that he did, the Dial of Destiny or something, was actually good. If you haven't seen it, I think it's worth watching for the finale of the Indiana Jones. It was a really good one.
I reckon you'd do a good job as Indiana Jones. How do we win? What's the keys to the victory? Well, I haven't really gone through it and haven't spent much time with it, but obviously shutting down late offloads from people like Tino Fasul-Ali. We want to make sure that these unknown players in this side aren't surprising us with our fans at the end of the game saying we should sign Aramoa Howe and get rid of other players in our team because he was awesome. I think obviously Maxi King, Leo, we need to show intent with our offloads. We say it all the week. We need to see that momentum happening through the middle and that more of that off the cuff. What I really liked about what Critter did was put those they were in a little bit of two minds because Manly got to see some earlier kicks, some kicks at the line, different tackle number on different sets. They weren't always effective, but we got a try from one. And honestly, we go back to the week before. As I said, Birdo could have done those same kicks 4 times, and our edge back rowers were running with him, were supporting. We could have scored points. So I like that we got a try from a short kick. That's something that we have to do. Now, these young guys, Keanu, Kinney, Jalen de Groot. Jalen's got that awkwardness. He's sort of got that awkward, stringy sort of body. What I want to see is that we put a lot of pressure on them. I want to see us compete in the air more often as well, not just be prepared to get these guys and smash them. And look, because they're showing a bit of resilience and they're showing a bit of fitness. This Titan side, they're a more fitter team than they were previously. They're a side that hasn't been blown off the park every single week, and they're never beaten. So they're starting to develop.
New coaches help them this year.
Now, whether he turns out to be a super coach or a coach who can take them so far, that's remains to be seen. But I think they've definitely responded the right way. He's probably better at how he communicates, more so than the old school that was there. And he's probably more in tune with how the current game is effectively working. So, plus he's a Queenslander, and there's quite a few Queenslanders in this team, funnily enough, being a Queensland team. And I think that also can help. Obviously, a lot to play for the Curtis. I think the benches are going to be very important. We need that energy from it. And to be honest, if I look at Kurt, Lipoy, Jack, and AJ, I think we're just missing that serious energy impact that we get with. I felt that Curran's done that tremendously well in the last few weeks. Harry has always been good in that department. Satilli's always been good in that department. So having Kurt Mann and that other player, so one of those guys has to step up and be that guy for us. But if Presto does come into the team, Gas, well, I expect maybe Curran comes back to the bench and we get that lift because I think the benches are very close, but I think we could be a lot better in that space. I like Brian's idea of potentially seeing could we use Bronson as some sort of player that comes on and plays 10, 15 minutes and has a run. I wouldn't mind seeing it. We were talking about it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we were. Yeah. Yep. You did mention it.
Yeah. And I think, and Brian, he might have suggested it at the same time as well. I can't remember, but I think that's possibly something they could do, but I don't think it's part of the game plan. Just quietly. But, things that I thought weren't going to happen have happened in recent times. So that's always good. Keeps you on your toes. But yeah, we need to see that intent from the offload. Again, Carrasco had 5 offloads last week. We took a while to do one against Manly, didn't we? We waited a while.
Yep.
Isn't it funny though? We don't offload early and we're under the pump. It looks like we're going to get 40 put on us.
Yep.
But it just shows I think in the mindset is that we're going to go out there and we're going to make them play our way and we're at home. This is our territory. If they break our line, they don't get past it and all that sort of stuff. So danger everywhere for the Titans. Their running game, late offloads. And as things start to get tired, that's when Jaden Campbell starts running around the ruck. But all of these guys, AJ, Jalen de Groot, Keanu Kinney, and Jojo Fafita, he plays pretty up and down, but he's playing with a lot of intent and good leg speed, fast. He's playing tough. And Philip Sammy. Sometimes he's a bit of the measuring stick for this side, but I think now he's sort of fallen down the pecking order. But Zane Harrison, look, if Kickout's playing, we know what's happening there. We know who his target would be. So who's going to target Zane Harrison? I think that's very important. Want to see Galvin getting in there and just running. There's a few guys I speak to have been saying that for weeks or even months ago. Just let the kid run. But sometimes he runs gas and no one's running with him.
That's the problem.
As we've identified.
Yep.
There needs to be more people in sync with what he's doing. And that's probably where we fall down a little bit. Because when Jacob's got the ball, no one's got their back turned. When Carrasco's got the ball, someone's waiting for an offload and they're ready to go. We see that. We need to see that more with Lockie.
See you, Pete.
Pete's off.
Yep. He's left his prediction and he's off like a bag of prawns in the sun.
Tuala first try, Knight. Love you too, brother. I don't know what's happening with Sam. He must have got a recurring injury training when he was named.
Yep.
Todd Smith, the ref for Friday night's game.
The last Todd Smith game we had was 2 weeks ago against Parramatta. We won 14-12. So
can we make it through? That would be 3 in a row, guys. Haven't done that this year. We need to do it this year. We need to get 3 in a row, another bye.
There's other teams on big runs. We need to get on that as well.
You win 5 games in a row in this comp, you get in the 8.
And look, if you look at the 8, we're on 6 wins, but there's a team in the 8 that's on 7 wins, and there's 2 teams outside the 8 that are on 8 wins because of the buys.
Exactly.
So we win a couple of games in a row. The way that it all evens out, guys, very, very quickly the whole season can flip around. Then you start to control your destiny. So we're not far away. Just need a few wins. And I think the more wins we get under our belt, the more confidence I'll get. And you watch the attack will start to come into its own. I know I've been saying it for a while, but it's there. I can see it. You can see it in the game, guys. You can see the way they're playing. It's just a matter of time before they start putting on some bigger scores. Yeah, but the way that the game's been reffed at the moment, if it does get into that tight game again, it's also suiting us. So, and once again, the best golden point record in the NRL of all time, guys. So, anytime there's a golden point, throw your house at the team to win. Hopefully,
But guys, we're going to cut this short tonight. I'm
Mm.
basically going to answer this question from Nathan down the bottom here. Did we watch last week's Cup and get some input and review? Yeah, I've watched the game. Obviously, Logan Spinks got all those tries. He got a hat trick. Jonathan Sewer
double.
had an important intercept. We were down at half time, but we smashed them in the second half.
We were down 16-6, yeah.
Yeah, it was a good
And
win.
then 16-12 at halftime, yeah.
That's it. Sean O'Sullivan, some really good short balls. Lovely short ball to Louis Grassemi on the right edge. We had Logan on the left. I felt that that Latrell Fing in his first game did a really good job. And obviously we had what's his name? Sorry, guys. Tay Cochran, I felt was heavily involved and really had a good crack. Even when we were down that first half, looked the goods. So he's coming back and we need him. We need him to be performing and putting pressure on first grade. And that's especially with Dykes, who I don't know how long he's out for. It didn't look like he'd be out for a long time from what we saw, but who knows? They've probably got to take their precautions with Cade Dykes, rather than rush him back and then have him being on the sideline again. They're just taking care of these guys. They're still really young. And they've got a lot of potential. Maybe it's, we've got enough depth there in those grades to be able to, give people the appropriate rests that they need, as far as the kids that they're developing to come through, even though he's probably 24 or 25 by now. But yeah, Latrell's a very strong prospect, and obviously there'll be plans for him. He's done a wonderful job over the last couple of years, as has many of these young guys. So there we go. Timmy's predictions up next.
26-12, Mike Call 24-12, and Pete 28-14.
Look, the Bulldogs are going to win in front of me and my daughter, who have been jinxing the side, watching them live for many years. But we are going to have a win this week.
I'll blame Suncorp for that one. Let's change the scenery at Seabus, buddy.
Yeah, we love Seabus. We go there and we have a steak at Brabina and then walk over. I'm going to see David there. Got to send him a message, and I think Matty Warren might even be up there as well.
Matty was missing today.
Yeah, well, he messaged me and asked me about, what whereabouts I was sitting and stuff.
Brian, 38-12. 38-12, Brian. I like that.
38-12. Yeah, it's time. It's time, guys. But I'm looking at that team, and I'm actually more worried about them than I was about Manly, and that's saying something. Because I've always liked the Gold Coast. Jamie, I don't think he will. He's
surgery on Thursday.
Thursday.
Ryan, welcome.
Welcome, Ryan. Dogs with more than 317 by the Fox in 2022. Well, Tracy, yeah, he's got 327. So, and the second of all time. Maybe it was Greg Brentnell.
No,
he was a great fullback for us. Very good. Another good.
Don't think they counted them that well then, mate.
Yeah. All right, guys. So,
all right, guys. I think we should wrap it up. We'll wrap it up.
It's going to be one in the middle, says Amir. And Tina says, no, Tino's back. They don't win with him. Well, they've got a worse record with him than without him. That's just a fact. It's about 3 games or 4 games deficit or something. So,
let's hope it stays that way, guys.
Very good player,
guys. Though. A few more days to enjoy the Manly game if you're re-watching it like some of us have.
Yes. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for joining it again. Love all the support and the continued support Much appreciated, and cannot wait for Friday night to get out there and watch the Bulldogs versus the Titans at our second home, the Gold Coast.
That's it.
All right, people.
Thanks, guys.
Stay
Have a good night.
positive. And thank you again, Gas, for your efforts. And thank you to everyone who I never said hello to tonight.
Go the
Go the
Doggies.
Dogs. Thank you. Take care. Go the Dogs. Let's go.
G-Day Doggies fans, welcome to the show.